everyone, welcome to Mondays with Dale. It was a name that was put on it by one of my affiliates when we first got started, and it kind of stuck. So welcome to this call. We have this call every Monday, same time, and this call is designed for just one simple purpose, is to bring us together, better communication, be more of a family type unit. Work together. It's so important to have that unity, that we're all in this together. Everyone here has the same right and the same ability to succeed. We leave nobody behind as long as they are willing to do their share. Again, this is a place for us to build from. As I said earlier, we're probably a little light today because there happens to be 2 meetings going on at the same time right now. But I still thought it was important to keep mine going because it's always on at this time. And going forward, I guess that won't be a problem. So again, welcome. As I said, building a family atmosphere, keeping everybody up to date, improving overall communication. So let's bring up communication. If you haven't done it yet, okay, you should download some of the following: WhatsApp, which is very strong in our African market; Telegram, which is another message service that the corporate office uses, so that you can keep in communication with them as far as what's going on. Obviously, you're here, so you're already on Zoom, but make sure all your team are on Zoom. Facebook. You want to be on Facebook because there's a lot of Facebook groups that are tied to our company. And then, of course, YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that talk about our product, about testimonials on our products, about basically everything about our company. So you want to be hooked to all those. Anyone who wants to reach out to me can certainly do that. I will give you my personal number, which is 1-802-343-9075. I'll say it one more time: 1-802-343-9075. That'll get you into my Telegram group, my Telegram number, my WhatsApp number, my personal number. So it gives you a chance to reach me any way you want. Also, Facebook. If you want to reach me at Facebook, it's of course facebook.com/Dale Franklin, DALEFRANKLIN .378. Okay, I'll say that one more time: facebook.com/Dale, DALE Franklin, FRANKLIN .378. So be sure to friend me on Facebook. Now, one thing I am going to try to do here, I want to share with you just for a second. This here is something that we created. Barb Dezette is one of my affiliates who works with me. She designed this for me. This is a place, kind of gives you a shortcut to doing a lot of things we just talked about. If you go to dalefranklin.net on the internet, you're going to come to this page, and obviously the home page has different things like talking about the mastermind meeting updates, all kinds of things that recently happened. But that's where I don't think that's the most important. That gives you an idea of what we do. There's an opportunity blog in there. There's a little piece in there that talks about who I am and where I come from. But the most important thing is connections. You want to click on connections. And that'll bring you down here where everything we just talked about, whether it's subscribing to Zoom or getting connected with Telegram or chatting with me on WhatsApp, following me on Facebook, they're all right here, just a click away, okay? And then you can join some of the Facebook groups that we have. For instance, the Win Network, which is basically everybody in our group. Goes all the way up through Chris Robinson, who was one of the first people to sign up in this business. So it's his whole team. We have Win Testimonials, which has just tons of testimonials that you can use. When you first get into business and you haven't used the products long enough, you can't really use your own testimonials. So use our testimonials. And then, and the great thing about this is so many testimonials in there. Somebody's going to ask you a question about, how does this work with arthritis? How does that work with something else? And odds are there's so many testimonials in there, you can go in there and find something that will help you with the question somebody asked. And then Team We is Chris Bailey's team, which is primarily out of Maryland in the United States. But he lives in Fort Lauderdale, Florida now. A true testament to the fact that once you get in this business, you can live where you want to live and build your business wherever you want to build it. So he's enjoying the sun and the surf down in Fort Lauderdale. You can also follow My Daily Choice on Facebook, the corporate Facebook page. So again, we try to make this really, really easy for you. And then the last one, subscribe on YouTube. If you click on that, and I've got it preset to go right to videos. These are all the videos that I've created over the last year or so. And you know, the value isn't the fact that I did them. The value is who was on them. You know, we've done product training. We've done multiple product trainings, as a matter of fact. We've done compensation training. We've done all kinds of stuff. But a lot of this is just listening to different people and their perspective on how they're building their business. We've had, you know, Chris Robinson on here. We've had Cyrus has been on before. Adrian Peterson has been on here. Jermaine Johnson. I mean, just I could go on and on and on. It's so many great leaders that have given you perspective on how their business is running and how they built. And so these are all available to you. If you missed my Monday call, you can just go here and they're all there for you, the whole full library. So, you know, if you need some more training on on the marketing system or on the compensation plan or how the back office works, it's all back here. So feel free to use this as training material for your new team. And so that's that. Let me get out of that real quick. So again, that's the kind of stuff that we're trying to do for you. Meetings, we have meetings. Of course, this meeting every Monday, and again, we bring on a ton of people here that just bring so much experience to what this business has to offer and how they built it. We have in Africa, we have the Win Network with Adrian. I believe he has out of South Africa. I believe he has a meeting every day at 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Some of them are presentations, some of them are trainings, but and he's building like crazy. I mean, I think last month I'm going to guesstimate that he signed somewhere between 50 and 100 people. His team did, so they're growing like crazy. So anytime you can get on and see what he's doing, that'd be great. Three-way calls. You know, if you want to get a three-way call with me or through me to other leaders, that's certainly available to you whenever you want to do it. Just give us a couple days notice. We have pre-scheduled Zoom calls for both singles and groups. So you just let us know. Hey, you know, you're starting out. You've got 10 people or one person, doesn't matter. But primarily, if you're doing your launch for yourself, invite a whole pile of people. You know, I would suggest invite a minimum of 20. Means 10 will probably show up. Invite them onto a Zoom call. If you're in Nairobi, take them to the office and with a scheduled presentation there. But again, what I'm trying to get across is all you have to do is plan these things and let us know in advance, and we can schedule these things so we can do the hard lifting for you when you start. And for those who just don't like doing presentations, you don't have to do them. I mean, I know somebody in network marketing who became very, very, very successful, and he has never done a presentation himself. He just he's shy. He doesn't. That's not his forte. He's great at a lot of other things, but he's not great at presentation. So he has just brought thousands of people over the years to presentations and made himself an incredible living. And then from there we go to monthly Super Saturdays. We just had one last Saturday. Our Super Saturdays, I love them. They're put on by Lennon Ledbetter. It's 90 minutes, and we keep it strictly to 90 minutes. It's basically training and recognition. And we have 4 or 5 speakers that come on and speak. So each one speaks for 10 or 15 minutes. So it's one thing to get some training, so it keeps you excited. It's another thing to get training where, you know, your eyes start to glaze over because the same person is speaking. So again, this works very, very well to get different people's training, different people's perspective, and a different type of presentation. So it just kind of keeps things lively. We've had great response from people telling us that that's one of our best things we do. It's the first Saturday of every month. Let's see, it starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to base off of that. Let's see what else. Just talk a little bit about special trips that are coming up. It looks like I'm going to be going to, this is all kind of floating, but I'm trying to schedule, so I'll be in Uganda the last week in July to build over there. And I just talked to the guys from Ukraine. They're talking about having their full launch the first week in August. So if that gets solidified, so that we know that's going to happen. I was going to go to Uganda and then to Kenya. I may have to switch it around, so maybe I'll go to Kenya, Uganda, and then Ukraine. But at any rate, my goal for this summer is to be to Kenya, Ukraine, Uganda, and South Africa. Those are the 4 countries that I anticipate visiting before we have convention in October. So let's see what else. Talking about the convention, 5th annual convention. It's coming up in October 21st through 23rd. It's going to be at the MGM Grand Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. There are, as of this morning when I looked, there are still tickets available. We sold out of the first 1,400 of them, but there's now, they found another 500. And I'm sure if they're gone, I wouldn't be surprised if they're gone by the end of the day. But again, if you have somebody that wants to go to our convention, now's the time to grab those tickets. And I'll guarantee you, if you buy the ticket, you can't go, someone somewhere is going to want those. Next, let's see, what else have I got here? Oh, a couple neat things. Oh, by the way, the tickets for the convention are $99 a piece, just to let you know that. And there's a limit of 2 per person. A couple other things I just want to bring up real quick before we get into the nuts and bolts today. I have found a company that will take my videos. Excuse me one second. Walter, I'll call you back. I'm in the middle of a meeting. Okay, so I found a company that will basically take what I can create a video, and whether it's a presentation video, a training video, whatever, and they will translate it into other languages and run it as a subtitle underneath the whatever I'm doing. So and they can do Swahili. I'm going to have them do some Ukrainian. So we can do French. We can do whatever we need to do. But this is something I'm just starting to get into. I'm going to have my first video on Ukrainian out this week. But again, for things that people have been asking for, as far as presentations, as far as trainings, and it doesn't have to be me. I mean, I have the access to it. So if you guys want to, somebody wants to create a presentation and let me have it, we can have it transcribed, and we can have it set to have the languages scroll across the bottom. So I'm excited about this because I think it's going to open some doorways that we haven't had open before. It's going to maybe give us a little bit of a leg up on everybody else. Okay, so that's what I'm always looking for, just a little extra. So that's that. And then the last thing I want to bring up is the fact that when I was at Mastermind, I got to meet a lot of people I've seen on videos and stuff like that, and got to become friends with them. So over the next few weeks, we're going to have some interesting visitors. Next week, I have Sonia Line from Canada coming on. She's a 500K affiliate, and she's just kicking butt up there. And so she's going to be on our call next Monday. And then if everything goes right, I've invited Candice Bird Davis the following week. I'm trying to hope that fits into her schedule. But I've got going down the road people who've told me they would come. Robert Hollis said he would come on my call. Judy Stallings. There's a whole pile of people that are going to be people that you're just not going to want to miss. So again, I'm excited because these are great people, and they've been willing to give me help, even though they're not necessarily on my leg in any way, but they're willing to help, just like I'd be willing to help anybody else. So that's that. Next part of the business here is we got 2 gentlemen on here today that I want to speak. Today, there's been a lot of changes to My Daily Choice in Africa over the last 6 weeks. And so the worst part about that is I think some of them are really good. I think some of the things that are happening are really, really good to take the place of some stuff. But, you know, when people don't know the full information, what happens is you get rumors, and the rumors sometimes get carried away. So today I want to bring on these two gentlemen and really kind of let people know what is really happening there, and all the excitement we have going forward in the African continent. So first one I'm going to talk to is Cyrus Mathieu. Many of you know him. He started out, well, let me say, I met him in December of 2019, and I remember we were sitting there, we were having a meal together, and I thought to myself, man, for a couple guys who just met each other, I feel like I've known this guy forever. He's got, I consider I have a fairly strong entrepreneurial spirit. I'm always looking for other things. It's just, I like to keep my mind busy like that. And he's the same way. And, you know, and the thing is, with his entrepreneurial spirit and the fact that he's got well over 20 years experience in network marketing, he's always thinking about how the strategy of it, how he can make things better. And that's proven well, it worked well for him, because he started off as a country manager for Kenya, eventually slid into a regional manager for all of East Africa and some of the satellite countries. And now I understand he might even have more than that, but I'll let him tell you about that. He's a natural mentor, trainer, speaker, as you all know, and I consider him a true friend. So Cyrus, are you on?
Thank you for the kind introductions, and thank you everybody for jumping into this call today. I know that you just mentioned about my roles, and I believe that I'm not yet done, because there's so much possibility at My Daily Choice. We haven't even scratched anything yet in East Africa. So maybe I could just mention that when I see somebody like Holiness Kabora and Eliana Kabora, I'm excited because they are about 1,000 kilometers from Dar es Salaam. And here they are doing our business. And I want to just assure anybody who maybe is wondering what happened in East Africa. This is what happened. You see, we are in a business, a real business. And when you're in a business, you need to look at your, at your basket and say, is it really bringing the fruits that we can do the business in, or can we operate from one center? So a decision was made a few months ago that we can operate East Africa from Nairobi. And for the serious affiliates like Apollo, we are already doing that. We are able to process your order online, and we are able to accept payment through M-Pesa. And I know Mr. Kabora munajua kuna M-Pesa even at the border. And immediately you put in your order, we have transporters who are able to deliver the product anywhere in East Africa. The time lag is about 24 to 48 hours, depending on the distance. So for anybody who is serious in building a business, we should not give an excuse and say that we do not have an office in Kampala, or we do not have a office in Dar es Salaam. Actually, our mentor here, Dale, went beyond the call of duty and opened up an office with Apollo in Uganda. And we are able to direct anybody who needs products in Uganda to Apollo's place, right in same place where we were at the mall. For Mr. Eliana Kabora, I would like to assure you too that if you really are interested in doing the business, you will just need to get in touch with us in Nairobi. And we'll type in, as we are talking, I will type in my details. And you can contact me and I'll show you how you can get your products within 36 hours at the border of Malawi. You said you're at the border of Tanzania and Zambia. So we can still do the business with you from that different angle. And for anybody with an interest, Mary in Canada, and Warwick is my friend in South Africa. I know he has business in Arusha and Dar es Salaam. Our business has not changed. You know, there are people who give negative ideas and say that IMDC is closing down. No, all we did was to strategize our operations and be able to serve you. Definitely, when we get volumes, when we get those big volumes, we are going to get back into the two cities of Dar es Salaam and Uganda. I always say network marketing companies follow the leaders. It is not us going to operate an office and then we say, let's look for the leaders. So I'm happy to know that we have people like Yugan, Paulo, we've got Kabora, just getting the leadership. And one of the biggest things that you need to do, what I experienced in South Africa last weekend was this. In a remote area of Cape Town, 138 kilometers from Cape Town, we drove, only to come to this small township, very serene. And I was wondering, are we going to get people coming into the meeting? 70 people turned up at 8 p.m. in that meeting. About 15 of them were guests. And by the end of the meeting, 10 of them had signed up with the executive parks. What does that tell us? It just tells us that it's you, the leader, to put up the meetings. And if you can't do the meeting, like Dale said, we've got all these backup videos. We've got all these presentations. You can even get somebody to present for you through Zoom. So the idea right now is this. And even in Kenya, I can see Ceci there and many other people. If you think about it, Cecilia, and I think we do that all the time. Tomorrow, we have a meeting at our offices in Nairobi, Rehani House, 6th floor. The number of people, the people I see getting to 1K, 5K, 10K, are not the people who actually have to present. It's the people who invite. So when people ask me in network marketing, what is the biggest activity that one can do? I always say, invite. Invite people to a Zoom call, invite people to a live meeting, just invite people. They can say yes or no, but how many have you invited in the day? The more we do that, we realize that it is, I call it the law of invitation, which says that if you invite 10, 5 will turn up, 3 of them will say maybe, but guess what? 2 of them could say yes. So what if you upped your game to 20? It means that 4 of them are gonna say yes. If you upped it to 60, it means again, you're tripling the number. So the moment we realize that, Bwana Kabora, whenever you have a chance to call a meeting, think numbers, think how many people can I invite to a meeting? And guess what? You'll start seeing the results coming out. And that's what Adrian is doing. When you heard that he had 50 people in his team joining, it's knowing that every day is a Zoom call, every day is going to touch people's life. He drives 180 kilometers almost every day, but at the end of the day, he knows his efforts will come into bear. So in East Africa, Apollo, Kabora, and everybody in this team, Ceci, Rose is on here. Let's always remember, people always ask me, why do you always say that, Cyrus? I tell them, for 20 years, I've seen it. It's the number. You see someone like Philip. Phil is a good friend of mine. Phil sends me messenger messages and tells me, there's this guy, he might be contacting you. There's this guy, next day he tells me there's another guy who will contact you. Because that's exactly what our business is. It's about trying to find out, is there anybody who needs an opportunity for business? Is there anybody who's looking at becoming younger, feeling good? There are people out there who have got some reason of looking for my daily choice. So sorry, I won't talk too much, but I always say, for me, as long as we in East Africa can remember that principle of just inviting as many people as possible, we are gonna become winners.
You can talk as long as you want, Cyrus. You always give us valuable information. Now I know you just went down to South Africa, so I was wondering, are you going to be working with the South African team too?
Yeah, when I was asked to go out there, was asked to go and actually see what's actually happening on the ground. You know, when they have a lot of negative talk happening, this guy has left, this guy is moving out. It's always good to go and affirm what's on the ground to make sure that we protect the house. And so I went there, checked out how the operations are going on, because I've got also a wealth of experience in operations. Are the stocks available? Are the stocks not going to the wrong people? Are people getting their products on time? Is customer care effective enough to give feedback to the affiliates on what's happening? Are people who are even in Cape Town or Joburg or Durban realizing about how the operations work? So I had gone to just make sure that we keep our pace, we keep the MDC promise that we always say, that we are online and you can get your products from every corner of the world. Apart from that, of course, was trying to see whether the affiliates how the affiliates are doing and to get their feeling back. So I won't say yes, it's confirmed, but I know that when I'm given a role to go and oversee a market, so I will be overseeing East Africa, and I will also be overseeing Southern Africa. And so when you're going there, Dale, I hope I will be there with you, because it's I could also like to know much more about what's happening in that market.
Absolutely. I hope we can get together. It's the you know, let's throw this right out in the open here, guys. We had a couple people leave that were one was a fairly big leader, but in network marketing that happens all the time. You know, there's so many reasons that happens. Perhaps you know, the guy just got burnt out, or maybe, you know, when you're network marketing and you're doing well, there's always somebody trying to entice you into the next thing, and they'll do something that makes it look too good to miss out on. I can assure you, from my age, 66 years old, and have been in business for over, you know, almost 50 years, that the business we're in right now, the way this company is going, and with what we have that I saw at the mastermind, as far as where we're going from here, you know, this is my opinion. Okay, it's nobody else's, it's my opinion, but I think you'd have to be nuts to leave this company right now. You know, you've heard me say it before, I believe before all is said and done, this will be the biggest network marketing company in the world. It's already for 2 years been the fastest growing, but I believe it'll be the biggest network marketing company in the world before we're done. You know, everything fits into what I believe in: the products, the business model, and the fact that we have our two founders are in their late 20s, early 30s. So they got a whole career ahead of them. So, you know, if you're not excited about this business right now, I don't know what I can say otherwise to change that. One thing I would like to say is, Cyrus, on Tanzania, for the gentlemen the people from Tanzania, we are working with Beatrice right now, trying to find a small office there. And Phil Reynolds and Chris Robinson have agreed to foot the bill on that for a while, just as soon as we find a place. So again, we have learned that all African nations, especially a lot of places in the world, but especially African nations, they want to see something that shows that the company is legit in their country, which equates down to an office. We had a big office, we're gonna have a smaller office, but we're working on that right now, just so you can say, yes, we have a place in the country. As Cyrus says, everything's gonna work perfectly the way it is, with or without an office. It's all about perception, okay? If we have a office, no matter what size it is, the perception is that we're moving forward. A couple other things before we switch over to Apollo. Cyrus, what do you think of our new product, the new product line, Hemp Mama, and the fact that that's a product that we don't have to get approved from the government, so probably it will come to Africa in the not too distant future? Oh, you need to unmute yourself.
Anytime we have a new product, definitely that's a plus for us. And I'm already looking forward to registration. I have asked for the documents. And let me just tell you something. Kenya is one country which does not have so much formality for products registration. So we normally do it within 2 weeks. And while other countries sometimes would take months to do it. So with the current situation where we don't have the CBD, we can always tell people, hey, we've got Mama. And I think already we are working towards getting the product. And this is what I always say. If you can work with the products that you have, I have seen companies with only one product get even leaders who get to the top. We need to embrace the sprays. We need now to embrace the new product that is coming up, and also embrace the other products, the scents which are already registered here. So we have a good, it's going to add so much to our composition of products here. And as we are waiting for the registration, this is what I'll say, we are partners here. So let Cyrus work on the registration. And for you, in the meantime, try and get to understand what the products are. Because I've seen sometimes when people wait for product, and then when it gets on the shelves, it doesn't move. Why? Because we didn't take our time to get to understand the features of the product, the benefits of the product. And each one of us, irrespective of our background, can be able to just do a 5-minute presentation on any product. So I urge you that as you go on our back office, try and get as much information about the new product. And once it drops in our shelves, now it's all systems go and you're able to present it. Always remember, people don't buy products. People buy the feeling behind the product. People buy the oomph behind the product. If you are able to explain to somebody that if you take this product, it's going to make you lose a few kilos, it's going to make you feel younger, it's going to make you have more energy, that people buy the feeling. So let's try and get the feeling of these products so that when we get them, we are able to get them out in the field. I saw that when we brought in the scents, everybody was saying, when is Kenya getting scents? When is Tanzania getting scents? When is Uganda getting the scents? And when I look at the shelves, they're still there. What did we do wrong? We did not go back to look at all the benefits these products give. So if we can sell benefits, benefits will translate to BV for each one of us. So I'm excited. Let me say, I'm excited about it. And for the CBD, maybe I could mention here,
Yeah.
I had promised you June. And it's true, even in today's newspaper, I was reading an article there about how there's a big push to the president to tell him, hey, Malawi has legalized it. The other day it was Botswana, Swaziland, Lesotho, Ghana. What is Kenya waiting? So there's a lot of pressure on the government to try and push forward the law on separating the narcotics from the hemp-based products. So we are very positive. We are really positive. Every day, the first thing I do is always to check whether there is any update on the registration status. And when we get it, whew, I promise you, we are going to double our sales. Yes, I can say that. And I know Rose is smiling here because I know some of you get products all the way from America. You get your CBD from Nigeria. So you can imagine if we have our own CBD in Kenya. So don't think we have given up. No, but we, as a company, always try to follow the law. We always try to follow the written laws. If the product is not yet born for registration, we can't bring it in as a company. But keep your fingers crossed, guys.
Well, I think it's funny. That was going to be my next question, and you took care of it right off the bat. I think you're wrong. We have to have a good-natured bet going on. I think when we get the oils all legalized, I think our businesses are going to triple. So we'll have to have a little contest, see who's right. But I think it's going to be even better.
I think you'll win.
I feel I will. So again, one of the last things I want to ask you before I switch over to Paulo is with you doing, I know you talked about M-Pesa, as far as any banking problems, as far as paying people in other countries that no longer have an office and stuff like that, we don't have any problems there, do we?
We do not have any problems in Kenya. What we do is that the fact that paying out from Kenya to Tanzania or Uganda would incur a lot of bank charges because it's considered as an international transfer. So what I do, and I urge people like Apollo to do, is for now, as we build the business, to use the credit wallet option, because definitely it means that they are getting very many new people who want to join. So instead of the person even actually waiting for a transfer to Kenya, they can have a system whereby they can use their credit wallet. They can have a method of getting the collections from the new person coming into the business. And when we get to doing 5,000 BV and beyond, definitely by then, Phil and Chris will have put up the office in Tanzania. And for Apollo, I know this month is getting to 5K. With that kind of setup now, that will mean that we will be able to operate just as, because we still have the bank accounts, we still have all the processes there. So it will be back to normal. So what I urge people is that we take this window between now and getting to 5K business in the market to try and use the credit wallet option, develop the business, deal with your team with the payments. And then once we get to the 5K and we are able now to say, yes, we are able to supply products, we are able to even make the payments from there. So this is just a small stopgap that we are in.
Thank you for that. I'm asking these type of questions because I want you all to know, I know there was some negativity when we closed some of those big offices. It was too early. We got into the bigger offices just a little too early. We didn't know. Nobody knew that. It was just, but every country is a little bit different. So Now we sat back and said, okay, what do we need to do? And we've done it, and everything is fine. It's different. Okay. And I know people don't like different, but it's just a little different from the way we were doing it. And we'll get back to where we were before. So Cyrus, thank you so much. I want to bring up Apollo now. Apollo Owino. Again, you guys have heard him speak on this thing. In fact, he was the host at one of these a while back. 18 years experience in the network marketing. Been a country manager much of that time. He's a fantastic trainer, motivator, great strategic thinker. I love to have conversations with him about how we're going to do this business. Also, the thing I love about him is his integrity level is through the roof. I trust him with anything and everything I own, and that's saying something. And because of that, I know that anybody over there that's working with him knows that he'll be doing the right thing each and every time. And that's so important in network marketing, that we have true leaders with great integrity like that. So again, we've become good friends. I look forward to us working together for years and years and years. Apollo, are you right there? Oh, you're still muted. Apollo, can you unmute?
Technology.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Dale. It's always a pleasure and honor to be in this call, Monday with Dale. It's always great.
Well, I thank you for coming on. Hey, I'd like you to take a little bit of time and just as Cyrus did, tell us about what, we have an office there. We have inventory there now. Tell us about that. Tell us about everything you have planned for Uganda, and then maybe add in a little bit about what we discussed in Goma in the DRC.
Okay. Wow, it's really humbling and a pleasure to speak in these calls, and especially when you have to talk after a great man like Cyrus has spoken, someone who is my mentor, my teacher, and by the way, he's the one who introduced me to network marketing. So anything that I do wrong, blame it on Cyrus. But it's really great. Thank you once again, Dale, for this. Putting these things in every Monday. You're so committed to it. I've been in this industry for 18 years now, but this is something that I learned from you, especially when I got to meet you, I think, towards the end of last year. And from the moment we spoke, we just became friends and we clicked. We realized we have so many things in common. But one thing that I've learned about in this business, which I must confess I learned from Dale, is consistency. Because I learned the most important thing about network marketing is being consistent, doing what you do every single day without fail. You will get the results that you need in everything. The daily activities that we do every day will bring the fruits that we need. So I'm really excited about being in this team, especially, and working with a great guy like Cyrus. I've known Cyrus for over 20 years. And like I said, he's the one who taught me and mentored me and introduced me in a previous company to network marketing. And for some reason, we've been with him in most of the companies. And whenever I see him somewhere, I want you all to know that you guys are really, as a company, as African market, we are really honored to have someone like Cyrus as our leader. If there's anybody who knows this market and understands this business, it's Cyrus. So whenever he has something to say, I'm always attentive, and I'll urge you guys to just always be there when he's around, because he has so many nuggets. He's built businesses worth millions in East Africa through so many different previous companies. So I'm excited to be here. Now, one of the things that happened, like Cyrus mentioned, when the company restructured in Uganda, we had an office which we all came to understand the wisdom in Cyrus and the company when they said, instead of putting the resources in places where we are not, we rather use those resources to build business and directly support the affiliates. And that's what we have seen from the time when this company, actually, I don't like saying closed. The company never closed in Uganda, because the business is the people. And since we are still alive, the company, nobody can close down this company for me. because my business is me, and I'm determined to keep this business for as long. So when the company restructured, and there was a bit of negativity, and many people don't understand networking is about the people, not about the company. Like I've known places where people have become so successful without even a company thousands of miles away. So I've come to learn something, that this business is about the people, not about the company. Company is only here to help us in logistics and do some other things to help us do our business. But we are the business is us. So when the company was restructuring, there was a bit of negativity as usual. But by speaking to great people like Cyrus, he assured me and helped me, navigate through that. And he even came up with the idea and said, "Hey, you know what? What you can do is take ownership of your business and see what you need to do in Uganda, and I'll support you." That was Cyrus. And when we shared with Dale Dale had the same vision and said, "Hey, if we need a small physical place for product collection and make it easier for people to pick their products, and even for some people to just see that, hey, we are here on the ground. We are not just, some people in this part of the world believe in physical presence of an office, which is important because of one reason or another. And we all realize we share the same vision, and we put our resources together with the great help from Dale and ourselves, and said, hey, let's put a small distribution office. We branded it so well. Actually, some people come and say, hey, My Daily Choice is here. They say no, we are here as an affiliate center, but we offer all the stuff because we're a family, and we managed to get some inventory in there, and people are, it's business as usual. We like Dale always says, the only way to counter negativity is with positivity. So that's what we did, and within time, people realize, you know what, My Daily Choice is here to stay. And like Dale mentioned, and Cyrus, we have a small affiliate office, beautiful. We have presentations there regularly. We have a little screen and everything that you need to do the business. And so Cyrus has given us a lot of support in ensuring we get products to replenish our stocks. So we really look forward to other greater things and getting more people in the business. Actually, when we reach a point where the company would open a bigger office, we look forward to that. But our main goal is to get more people into the business. That is now we are focused. We're not even focused on physical space because we have what it takes, and it's a beautiful place. If like Dale said, we believe we work on honesty and integrity. People send their people to our office and find out who sent them, and we help them get started. We call Cyrus and connect them to the office, and people get started. We give them products which we replenish when hours come, our stocks, because we already have an inventory. So the reality of things is that in Uganda, business is booming more than it was even before, because what we've done now, we've taken ownership. And that's one thing I'd like to tell everybody out there, that for your business to succeed, you must take ownership of that business. It's not about what does the company do, when is the next meeting, is what will I do, what do I want to do, how badly do I want success. And that's what matters. Anything about the company has already given us the tools. That's what I've seen, like what Dale has said. When somebody asked me, like we were speaking with Dale, he mentioned about Goma is one great area where we have had a lot of, I have a lot of friends out there through other companies which I was working with before. And one of the things I realized is it's so important to connect with people all over, and MDC gives us that opportunity, because there are some great leaders I've been talking to, and even we'll be sharing with Dale and how we can be able to introduce them into the business. And they were so excited, despite the fact that they initially they were skeptical about our business, and things started happening, but we became friends, and within a short time. I haven't even told Dale that recently, I told Dale the other day that recently one of them, just before the tragedy of they had a erupting volcano in Goma, and it was such a tragedy, and so many people there lost a lot of their livelihoods and it was such a transformation, because now many of them are more interested in doing the business more than ever. So a negative thing like a volcano has actually given people an opportunity to look out for an opportunity. Like Cyrus said, people are out there, they want an opportunity, but it's up to us to take it to them. And we're working very closely with the Dale to work with the people in Goma, because it's a 12-hour bus ride. We can ship products to them without any problem. And so Goma is covered, and all the other regions around us, we're reaching out to people in Burundi and other people probably in Rwanda to be able to to provide, give them the opportunity to do the business, to help them see the value in My Daily Choice. Because like Dale said, I've been in this industry for just about 18 years, and I've seen many different companies, good companies, but I haven't seen anything as great as My Daily Choice. And I'm saying this from the depth of my heart, because of the compensation plan is out of this world. The leadership is great. The products, I can't even compare. The cutting edge product, the technology we have in our products is amazing. All we have to do is, I really have learned something that what Cyrus said, that the only, sometimes we complicate this business and we tell people you need to attend training, you need to get this, but I just love what Cyrus said, that the most important thing is to invite. And I'll just tell you something about inviting that I learned recently. And this is something Cyrus always teaches us and tells us, hey, you have to just make sure you do, your job is not to get to make them say yes or no. Your job is to tell them, give them the opportunity, let them decide. Because sometimes we feel discouraged when people say no. But then you realize our job is to give them the opportunity. Just like you go to a shop and you look at some things and you sometimes walk away. But the shopkeeper doesn't get annoyed with you because he knows he's exposed his product. So we need to just expose our business to people. And just recently, one of the leaders in another network marketing I was talking to in December, he's even known to Cyrus, and it was encouraging to know the power of doing, the little activities we do every day, even though we don't see the results today, but the results will come in the future, so long as you keep doing what you're doing. This guy, well, he's one of the great leaders in some of the companies here, and Cyrus even knows the person. And I spoke to him I even told Dale at that time, and when I just got started in November, and he just shrugged it off and said, I'm doing well in my business. It's a new company, so, but I didn't get this guy. It was just last weekend, he called me and asked and said, hey, can you give me Cyrus's number? I need to talk to Cyrus. And I'm thinking like, oh, this is what you up to. So after talking to him, I realized he's looking for MDC. After all this time, he has realized the value of it. So this is the harvest of what I planted in November. So that is the power of networking. That's the power of network marketing. What you plant today, you might have it 6 months. Now it's June, 6 months later, and the guy is the one looking for me. He says, give me Cyrus's number. I want to talk to him also because I really want this business. I want to bring all my leaders. So we're right now discussing on how we can be able to get started. But my point is, network. What I learned through what Cyrus said last week is, we need to keep doing what we're doing, and the results will come. The results will come if we just keep doing what we're doing. And one of the most important thing is inviting and talking to people. Our role is, once you've spoken to people, give them the opportunity and leave them to make a decision, and it'll come. And so in a nutshell, without saying too much, we are excited about what's happening in Uganda. And like we said, we are behind the negativity that was there, and whatever's happening, there's so much positivity that we can't even, it's overshadowing the negative stuff that happened before. And we are moving forward, and things are really happening well. And we are very excited about. Thank you, Dale, for the support. And I never miss Mondays with Dale. The best way to grow business is to, every single time, as Dale says, sometimes when you listen to someone for many times, sometimes what I've learned about, if I can listen to Dale every day, because every single day, any distributor, even the newest, there's something new you will learn. That's what I discovered. When Cyrus, I've been with Cyrus for 20 years, but sometimes I get surprised. Said, you mean in 20 years, you've never told me this? Every time he says something, I learn something new. That's why I'm trying to encourage everybody that never get tired of meetings. Meetings is the biggest investment that you can put in your business. Go out there when there's a meeting. And when we started networking those many years ago, there was no Zoom. You had to wait for, like Cyrus was the head of the region that time. We had to wait for Cyrus to come over to speak to us or call him on phone. But today we have so much material, so much support, like all the Zoom videos. This guy's in Goma, I just was sending them Zoom material, people I don't even know, but they would read, they would go through the material and get back to me and say, wow, this business is great. This guy spoke very well. So I think in short, in closing is, it's right now we are at a time when it's the easiest to do network marketing, and the best company to be in is My Daily Choice, because they've given us so much resources that I've never experienced in my life. So We don't have any excuse but to succeed, succeed, and to succeed. Over to you, Dale.
All right. Thank you, Apollo. Thank you. As always, great information. And I love your energy. You know, exactly what you say. I've talked to a lot of network marketers from other companies that have come to our company, and they all say the same thing. Wow, if I had this much support where I was before, I would have been so much further along. Let me just mention that. Okay. A couple quick things before we close out. One thing that you just said that really struck with me, and I just heard this in a meeting not too long ago, was about doing things today that you might not benefit from for a time down the road. And this one leader who's made millions and millions of dollars in network marketing, he said, I always assume who I'm talking to today, I'm going to benefit from 90 days from now. And the money I'm making today I'm making from people I talked to 90 days ago. So if you go into things with that kind of mindset and realize that once you get to that first 90 days and then things are just kind of rolling along and you're getting help from stuff that happened 90 days prior, you can see why that first 90 day surge for a new person is so important, because going forward, after they get through that first 90 days, they're always going to have stuff coming to them from 2-3 months before. So again, this is an exciting business, and I'm amazed at how many people I get calls from. I'm still getting. I did some business in the Philippines in my old company 6 years ago, and I am still getting people reaching out to me today from 6 years ago that just come out of the woodwork. So it's amazing how that happens. I did see Rosalind had one quick question about Ukraine. Do they have a physical office, and where? We do have a physical office, and it is in Kiev, or Kyiv as they call it, and it will be officially open on the 15th of June. So if you know people in Ukraine, and I understand a lot of Africans went to Ukraine for college on an exchange program. So if you know people from Ukraine, or you know people that went to school in Ukraine and maybe living back in Africa, reach out to them. There's just so many ways we can build in Ukraine. And Ukraine has been known for years to be one of the top network marketing countries in the world. So just keep that in mind as we get ready to open. We're 8 days away. 8 days away. We're already pre-enrolling people. We're already getting things rolling right now. But the delivery and all that will be up and running on the 15th of June. So mute that one more time. Okay, so rather than that, answering those questions, just remember next Monday, we'll have Sonia Line, 500K affiliate from Canada. So the next 4 or 5, 6 weeks, we're gonna have some real high ranking people coming on that I'm just amazed that they were gracious enough to accept my invitation. And I think we're so blessed. So tell everybody you know, okay? Invite as many people as possible. We should have 200 or 300 people on these calls to welcome some of these leaders that are coming on. So having said all that, to Cyrus, to Apollo, thank you so much for coming on. You're always a wealth of knowledge, and you always fill me with excitement. You always bring the energy, and I appreciate you coming on, and look forward to working with you in person in the very near future. So guys, again, thanks for coming on. I love y'all, and we'll see you next week. So have a great week.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dale. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
In somebody's house, there's a lot of people bleeding that are needing funds.